me text my guest. He said he on the way. Okay, so back to business. Back to business. So, um, let's see. Where did I leave off? Okay, so you guys, this is going to be a part 2 situation with episode 53, just like last week, because no. This is yes, episode 53, part 2. So the reason why I have to do part 2 is because the last time I was in the studio and I originally recorded these episodes, I recorded them out of focus. So me being me and me taking my craft seriously, I decided to come back into the studio and record because I have to get these episodes out. It's the top of the year. It is January 2nd to be exact. And I just could not go forward knowing that my footage was not to my standards. And on top of that, I just didn't want to just release audio only because I could have did that, just had audio only for the next 2 weeks. But it's the top of the year. I have to come out strong. And plus our episode, when my guests get here, we're gonna record that episode over. We're gonna talk about more things and it's just gonna be a part 2, but and you still will be able to listen to part 1 if you listen on Apple Music, not Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Spotify. You can still listen to those part 1s of these episodes, but the part 2s will be available on YouTube. So you guys will be seeing the part 2. And if you want to listen to the part 1, you have to go listen on one of those platforms to be able to hear the conversation. But yeah, so let's get right into it. I'm just going to, go through some more topics that I wanted to discuss with you guys because I have to give you guys some good content. So I'm gonna skip the icebreaker for today and go straight into the topic of the go straight into the topic of the day. So I wanted to talk about how technology is preventing people from human connection. I feel as if, I think I touched on this a little bit too, not too long ago, when it comes down to like social media and how that affects us in our everyday life. I just feel like we can't get away from the technology. It's here, it's going to stay, and we definitely have to utilize it to our advantage. But I feel like at the same time, it is creating this bridge in between humans. Like, I feel like people are more inclined to text one another and call one another rather than actually have conversation face to face. People feel more comfortable, sitting behind a computer screen and saying what they want to say. But when it comes down to actually having a one on one conversation with somebody face to face, that is hard for them to do. And I'm a little backwards. I feel as if I thrive better in person, face to face type conversations versus text messages and talking on the phone. I'm a little bit better with talking on the phone than I am with text messages. I just feel like text messages can be read wrong. So I can say something like, "What are you doing?" And something as small as that, I'm just giving an example, something as small as that can be taken to the next level and be taken out of context. And then now we got an argument because you think I'm mad at you or you think that I have an attitude or something like that. When in reality, I was just asking, what are you doing? You see what I'm saying? So not like I'm not trying to check you or anything like that, but it can be, depending on how the conversation was already going, it can come off like you're continuously like feeding into the mess, and sometimes that's just not the case. So that's why I don't really like text messages. But back to the topic at hand, I just feel as if these kids is triggering, like, not triggering, what am I trying to say? It's ingrained in them like from a very, very young age. Like, they are giving a tablet or some type of cell phone or something from the moment they are able to use their little fingers and go like this. So I think it's starting at a very, very, very young age. And now it's to the point where kids, they don't even want to engage with, people. They just want their tablet, their TV screen, and they good. They don't want to go outside and play with other little kids. They don't want to read like actual physical handbooks. They want an audio book for somebody to read it to them. And it's just like, I don't like that. I feel like kids should be able to play with other kids. Kids should be able to read actual books and not have the book read itself to you. I feel like just us, period. Like, I catch myself using the like, even texting now, it's just like I use the bar where it kind of like guess the word for you. And most of the time when I'm texting, I'm just clicking the words. I'm not really typing the words out. And spell check is amazing, but back in the day, if you didn't know how to spell something, you would have to look it up in the dictionary, find it, and that's how you learn how to spell something. So I just feel like technology is just taking over, and you can't fight it. You just gotta do what you gotta do to make sure that you are using it to your advantage. And I just feel like sometimes some people, they feed into the negative of it and use it in a very manipulative way, and that's where all the scamming's coming from, and that's where all of the you know messiness is coming from. And I just also feel like technology has taken over our dating world as well, because it's like, before, you would meet people in passing, you would have to go out to restaurants, you would have to go to parties, you would have to go out and meet people. Nowadays you could just go on an app and just scroll. And I talked about dating apps too, if you haven't watched. Well, I think that was a part of earlier of this conversation. And let me see. Yeah, I think it was a part of the conversation. I just didn't write that down. But yeah, so nowadays it's just like you got 50 to 100 people at your fingertips that you could just literally scroll through, like, dislike. And then Instagram, now that's, you can go from, this side of the spectrum to this side of the spectrum. Everybody has social media. Not all people, but y'all get a majority of people, 9 times out of 10, got social media. If you come across somebody, you meet somebody today and they don't have any social media presence at all, that's rare. You see what I'm saying? They at least have a fake page where they be on there and still be looking. You see what I'm saying? So, and that's weird to me too. I just don't understand, like, why people do that, because, oh, excuse me, if you don't use your page for anything other than personal reasons, what is the point of creating a whole nother page just so that you can comment up under people's stuff, whatever you really want to say, and then, or post things that you really want to say? Like, it's some things that I post in my close friends only, simply because I just don't be wanting the wrong message to be put out there. And some stuff, I just feel like people would read into it the wrong way or take it the wrong way. And I'm just trying to be mindful of the things that I say now and how I say it. um, simply because being in this space, everything that I say matters now. Like everything that I do matters now. So it's no going around that. So I'm just very, very mindful of the things that I say, the things that I do, the things that I post. I'm trying my hardest to work on not venting on my close friends, and just getting me. I have a journal, and I need to just get back to writing in that journal. So whenever I have that feeling of when I just want to say something, I just need to write it in the journal and not type it and post it on my close friends. I'm really, 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 really trying to work on that. And the main reason why I'm trying to work on that is because I thought the people that I added to my close friends were people who knew how to mind their own business. Y'all know I love to say that on the show, mind your own business and stay in your lane. And I just feel as if somehow, some way, what I say and what I do got around to the wrong type of people, and I don't like that. And so I know who it is, and I still haven't had a conversation with this person because I just haven't had a, we haven't been around each other for me to bring it up in a conversation. But the next time I see her, I definitely will have that conversation with her because I just need to know why. And that's just that. But yeah, like I said, I just feel like technology is really preventing people from human connection. And um I'm a to myself type of person anyway. So it's like I need those days where I'm by myself and I don't have any human connection because I have like a capacity of how much human connection I can take in a day, in a week, in a month. And it's like I'm still pouring so much of my time and my energy into my craft and into my career that I don't have time to be doing a lot of extra stuff. So it's like after I've worked and then after I've been in the studio, after I've edited, after all of that, the little free time that I do have, it's time for me to rest. It's time for me to get my mind together. And then the other time that I have is going out for other people, showing up for other people, being there for other people. And sometimes it gets overwhelming and it bleeds into my free time where it's for me. I talked about self care, like, and now I don't care. Like if I don't feel like doing it, I'm not doing it. If I don't feel like going, I'm not going. And that just is what it is. And I don't feel no type of way about it no more. Like before, I used to just push myself so hard to make sure that I showed up for people. And if somebody invited me to somewhere, I tried my best to make sure that I was there. But now I'm not really overextending myself anymore to try to do that. It's like if I could make it, I could make it. If not, I'll try again next time. So that's just where I'm at with it. But yeah, um, don't allow technology and all this social media and cell phone stuff prevent you from actually building human connections. Like when you're, like I said, I find myself doing it. Oh, I'm trying to scratch my ear and I got the headphones on. I find myself like when I'm sitting around people and we're not talking about nothing, I'll get on my phone. And I'm trying to break that habit so bad and try to like learn how to navigate the conversation and keep people off of their phones and actually engaged in one another. I'm really trying to work on that, but sometimes I fall short too, guys. So I'm not perfect either. I'm just saying these are the things that I want to work on. I think that we all should work on them so that we can all, grow and become better versions of ourselves. So let's keep the conversation going. And um so let's to lead into that, let's talk about it. Putting on a show. So I feel like a lot of people nowadays, they are trying to prove something to people who don't even be thinking about them. And then it's like some people, they live their lives for other people. Like they try to buy new clothes, buy new shoes, and they try to like make sure that their hair stay done, make sure that their nails stay done, all of this stuff to look good on the outside, but they foundation not together. They bills late. They, you know, don't got enough money at the end of the month to put groceries in the house. Like little shit like that. Like you worried about looking good for these people who don't even really care about you and not really stun you because in your head you think that they do. And I just feel like it's nothing wrong with wanting to look good, wanting to smell good, wanting to feel good. It's nothing wrong with that. But when it comes down to you trying to make sure you look a certain type of way so that you could be around certain type of people or so that you can get this amount of likes and these amount of followers and things like that. I just feel like when you start allowing that to distract you from your real responsibilities, that's where my problem lies. I just feel like it should never be that serious to where you'll rather make sure you look good on the outside than make sure you got food in your house, or make sure you look good on the outside but your rent past due, or you ain't paid your car note in the last 3 months. But you got 36 inches and your nails this fucking long. I just feel like shit like that, that's childish, that's irresponsible, that's immature. Like you gotta grow up. And that's dumb shit that people do when they younger. And I just feel like if you young now, listen to me now. Stop doing it. So that you can start building those habits now, so that when you are late 20s, early 30s, you done been stop doing all that bad stuff. You done been stop um, making sure that you been started making sure that you got your stuff in order. And that's all I'm trying to say. So back to the point of putting on a show for people. I just feel like if you are not an entertainer, if you do not have a business, if if your goal does not include being on a stage of any kind, what are you putting on the show for? That's just where I'm confused, because it's just like, who you doing it for? I'm confused. Like, what is your purpose? I love when I see people doing things that genuinely make them happy, and they're doing things because that's genuinely who they are and that's genuinely what they want for themselves. What I don't like is when I see people waking up every day looking at what the next person's doing, trying to do the same thing because they saw that it worked for them. I don't like that. Just because such and such dyed her hair red, don't mean you gotta dye your hair red. Just because such and such got a bob, don't mean that you gotta get a bob. Just because such and such is wearing this outfit, don't mean you gotta go buy that same outfit. You putting on the show, you trying to be something that you're not, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Hold on, my guest just arrived. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go into um we're gonna skip places to go, things to do today, just because I already talked about that in part one. Also in part one, I mentioned the best man, the final chapters on Peacock. If you haven't watched that, please go watch it. It was really really dope. But I can, since I did watch the watch list last time, I'm gonna do Emmeisha's playlist. And my song for Emmeisha's playlist today is gonna be "Real Love," Moneybag Yo featuring Summer Walker. Love it, love that song. Okay, so we're gonna skip Ask Misha for today. If you have any questions, you can send them in at underscore in our lane. Oh, that's what I forgot, because I got a surprise for you guys on what we're gonna start doing during the Ask Misha section on the weeks that I don't have any questions, I got a surprise of what I'm going to do for that segment for when I don't have questions. Okay, so last topic to end us out. I wanted to just touch on not being yourself in relationships. And that goes for any type of relationship. I'm in a place in my life right now where I'm being me regardless. So it's like if you don't like me for me, then we don't need to be around each other. And that just is what it is. I don't like when like in the past, I've noticed that when dealing with certain guys, I wasn't necessarily myself. Like, I'm very affectionate, I am very caring, I am very loving, and I want to be all up under you. And I like to have fun. I like to talk and actually get to know you and everything that you done been through and all this other stuff. But I've noticed in the past that some guys, around some guys, I couldn't be that person. Like, I couldn't be as affectionate as I wanted to. I couldn't open up and be as vulnerable as I wanted to. I couldn't, I didn't feel comfortable like saying my little corny jokes and stuff. Like, I like to dance, so it's like if music is playing, if I don't start dancing, something is off. Either I'm just not in a good mood, or whatever we got going on, something ain't right. I like to sing, so it's like if I'm really comfortable around you, I'm a sing around you, and I'm not a singer. I can't sing, but if I really fuck with you and we really rocking like that, I don't feel embarrassed to sing around you because I know I can't sing. So it's like I don't really care. But if I don't even feel that comfortable to do that around you, it's just like why am I around you? But yeah, so like I don't like being in relationships where I can't be me. And I just feel like, why would somebody even want to be with somebody if they couldn't be themselves, or they feel like they have to change and act a certain type of way? And I'm not doing it. Like, I don't care who I'm around, I'm going to be me. And that just is what it is. Like, it don't matter. And the way that I am, I can be around any type of person. You see what I'm saying? Like, some people, they could only be around these type of people. Some people can only be around these type of people. But my personality is wherever I am, I can fit in and I can have a conversation with these people, and I won't annoy these people or make these people feel uncomfortable or anything like that. That's just me. But everybody's not like that. Some people you can't invite everywhere. I'm the type of person where it's just like, oh, she could come because she know how to act, and she gonna be on her best behavior. Some people, they not like that. It's like, nah, she don't need to come because you know we gonna we gonna be around these type of people, and we trying to make this money, and she might fuck that up. That's not me. But some of y'all are like that, and if you are that person, you might need to check yourself. But yeah, so I got a nice little extra content for you guys just so that you could be able to watch on YouTube. I apologize that the first part is not up to par. And I look real, real cute too. If y'all haven't seen my pictures on Instagram, you need to go follow the girl because the girl was looking cute. I don't know what. And I'm still contemplating. I'm trying to figure out how I can edit it to where I can still add that part one onto. I don't know if this part is gonna be my part one and then the second part is gonna be my part two. I don't quite know yet. But with that being said, um, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to include. I'm gonna try my best to include it some type of way to where um I can still include that footage onto the YouTube. But like I said, you're gonna be able to listen to that part of the episode if you tune in on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Amazon Music to listen to the podcast. So thank you guys for tuning in here on YouTube. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Join the family. My hairs just keep getting all in my face. But yeah, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you have a great day. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Okay, y'all. So welcome back to another episode of In Our Lane. I'm your host, Emmeisha. You can follow me at EMMEISHA, and you can also follow the podcast at _ In Our Lane. So our first topic of the day is silence speaks volumes. I feel like sometimes everything doesn't deserve a response. I feel like sometimes you can get your point across just by not feeding into things and not by giving everything so much attention. If I keep looking over here, it's because I'm getting used to this monitor right here. So please excuse me. But yeah, so all I gotta say is watch what you say and don't feel like you gotta respond to every little thing. I had to work on this. I felt like sometimes I had to say something just to defend myself or to get my point across, but I just feel like we can let people know how we feel just by separating ourselves from the situation and leaving it where it's at. So let me know how y'all feel. Do you feel like everything deserves a response? If yes, let me know. If not, also let me know your point of view. So let's talk about it. Splitting the tab. So I hate going out with my friends and everything. And it's an issue with who got to pay for what and splitting everything. And I don't like when, for example, you go to restaurants and it's like everybody got to split a check. So no matter if what you order only equals $30, if splitting up, everybody equally got to put in $70. That's just what you got to get. I don't like when that happens because it always end up being a situation where somebody didn't put enough in to the whole pot, and then it don't equal up at the end. That just don't make sense to me. So I don't like that. And then it's like if you order the hookah and you expect everybody to put in on the hookah, I just feel like that's so petty. Like why do we have to split the like everything? That's why I just like whatever you order, that's what you pay for. I'm just that type of person. And then it makes it even worse, like when you traveling and it's like we gotta get Ubers and shit like that. Like if I pay this time, you pay that time, or however it go, however y'all decide to split it up or whatever. I feel like that will work, but people just make everything so difficult nowadays. Like everybody gotta like literally split everything down to the T. When I'm on vacation, I just like to have fun. So whatever we gotta do to just have a good time, let's have a good time. Let's not like nitpick on who paid for what and how much this is and how much that is. I just feel like that's petty and we too grown for that. So if you can't put in here and there, then maybe you should just not go. So I've been on situations where everything was smooth and like everybody, did their part and it was good. But then I also had situations where it's just like we arguing over somebody didn't send somebody some money or somebody didn't put in enough for this or for that, and then it's just too much. And like I just don't like that. And then you really just can't travel with everybody because everybody's type of fun is not the same. So it's like I might want to spend a little extra money to go to the spa or spend a little extra money to just do whatever it is that I want to do. But you want to sit in the hotel room or sit in the Airbnb all day, every day. And when I go on vacation, that's not what I'm trying to do. So you just got to figure out who you with, what y'all got going on, and make it work for everybody. But yeah, so that whole splitting the tab thing, I just feel like restaurants need to cut that out because it's just causing a lot of issues with friend groups and things like that. But y'all let me know what y'all experience was or is when it comes down to splitting the tab and all the good stuff. Okay, so I wanted to talk about if we didn't have social media and the internet. I just feel like social media and the internet controls so much of our life. Like for me, my main job revolves around social media. So it's like if I didn't have social media, if we didn't have the internet, my position at my company would not even exist. So social media and internet is just very, very important to my life personally. However, I just feel like when it comes down to like our personal lives and things like that, we kind of allow it to affect us a little bit too much. And I think that we need to restructure our mind and restructure how we allow social media to affect our day to day. I think that social media should not dictate how you feel. I feel like social media should not, control like how you think about things. I feel like we shouldn't judge ourselves based upon social media. I feel like you should be able to make your own decisions. You should be able to, you know, speak to people and address situations without social media. Like I feel like a lot of people would rather, subtweet each other instead of pick up the phone or just say something to their face. Like I hate that. And I just feel like social media is just too much. And then it's like everybody always worrying about what the next person got going on. Like, worry about yourself. Y'all know that's what I always tell y'all. Mind your own business. Like, you need to worry about you. You need to worry about what you got going on. I feel like social media needs to be used as a tool. Like, it should be used for positive things. Like, I use social media for my podcast and to do whatever it else that I want to do. But that's just you. If you let that shit control you, that's what you're gonna do. And like, stop all of the copycatting and shit. Like, that shit is so fucking annoying to me. How people just literally like allow what somebody else do to control their life. Like, you can't even pick out your outfit without looking at what somebody did first, or you can't figure out what you want to do with your hair until you see what somebody else did to their hair. Like, that's just so corny to me. I don't know. Y'all let me know. But I definitely feel like social media, it's really affecting the younger kids, I would say, because they looking up to us. They looking at everything that we do. They looking at how we talk. They looking at how we dress. They looking at, everything. So my job is to try to change that narrative and, bring more light and not just focusing on the negative stuff, because the blogs and everything, they always pointing out the bad stuff, and shit always gonna happen. But I feel like we can change the narrative and focus more so on like the positive stuff and things like that, and not necessarily be worrying about if somebody baby daddy cheating on them or something. But yeah, so one last thing I wanted to talk about before we head out for today. Let's talk about these dating apps. I'm not a dating app person. Like, I never tried a dating app. I don't think I would ever try a dating app. I don't know. Like, I'm already awkward when it comes down to stuff like that. So I'm already awkward when it comes down to stuff like that. So I just feel like a dating app would just make it worse for me. But a lot of people, they find success in it. And I just feel like sometimes people just be on dating apps to just have sex. They don't really be on dating apps to really date. So if that's what you want, great, cool. And you're going to get what you want. But I feel like if you're really trying to find a connection with somebody and you really want to find somebody that you really care about, maybe the dating app is not the best option for you. And I would suggest when you are trying to find somebody to date, like, think about friends of a friend or something like that, or think about like somebody that can. I don't know. That's just how I do it. I try to date people with like I know somebody that know them, so it's like I can have somebody to vouch for them because people are weird. Okay, like people are really serial killers out here. Like people really like lure you in, make you feel all good, and then go crazy. And it's men and women. It's not just men. I'm not saying just men. Women do the same thing. They crazy too. So I'm not just talking about males. I'm talking about females too. And females, they're a little wild. And I know a lot of people, they try to ask me to talk about like the female side of things, and like women are really crazy. Like we have that crazy side. Like we are a part of the toxicity in this world as well. Like I will say that we don't communicate well. As we are emotional. Like we just be all over the place, and that affects the dating pool as well. So if you want to try these dating apps, try it, but just know that it's different types of people out here, and you never know what you're gonna come across. And everybody don't seem how they may seem on the surface. You know what I'm saying? So just make sure you think about that before you try these dating apps or whatever. And quick tip while I'm thinking about it. Make sure you like turn on your location when you trying to meet these people. Make sure like you tell your friend, hey, I'm going out with this man. I never met this man before. I'm just letting you know this is his name. This is what he looked like. And so if something happens to you, at least somebody will know and they'll be able to vouch for you, because you don't ever want to just come up missing and don't nobody even know that you even went out with this man or you ever went out with this woman. So that's a good tip. Make sure you keep your location on and tell somebody. And if you ever like sense that something is off, leave. Like it's okay. Like just be like, hey, something came up real quick. I really gotta go, and never talk to that person ever again. Block them, delete them on social media, all that, because yeah, just be safe out here because you just never know. And wrap it up. I haven't said that on the podcast yet. Y'all need to wrap it up. Okay? Be safe, cause or just don't do it at all. Like I'm like just don't do it at all. How about that? How about that? I'm team, saving yourself for when it's the right time. But okay, so places to go, things to do. Everybody need to have a self-care day. I think self-care days are really, really important. I love self-care days. I go get my nails done, get my hair done, or get my lashes done, go get a massage, get a facial or things like that, and or go shopping, whatever you like to do. I definitely think self-care days are very, very important. So if you haven't had a self-care day, do that. And another option, like if you ain't cleaned your house in a while, clean your house. That's another self-care day, because I can't think straight when my house not clean. I just need my environment to be a certain type of way and look a certain type of way. So if my house not in order, my life is not in order. So that's another option for self-care days. If you ain't seen your family members in a long time, I think that's another good self-care day, spending time with your family and friends. Just taking time out, because we be working hard, on the go all the time, and sometimes we need a break, and there's nothing wrong with taking a break. So make sure you take some time for yourself and do what you like to do. Okay, so I'm introducing this new segment to the podcast. It's Emmeisha's watch list. Usually I do the playlist, but this time I'm gonna do the watch list, where I talk about shows and movies that I've been watching. So, y'all, The Best Man, the final chapters came out on Peacock, and if you have not watched it, you missing out. I love The Best Man Holiday. That whole movie is like my shit. So now that they got a series on Peacock, you definitely need to check it out. I don't want to do any spoilers, but it was definitely go. I'm going to hear it regardless. That's why I stopped. Look at you. Anyways, so where I left off. Oh yeah. So the Best Man series, when I tell y'all, it's so much juicy stuff going on, and everybody aged very, very well. They're all still very attractive black human beings, and I love that for us. Everybody had, their roles are, they do such a good job, and they do a good job of just telling the story, and so much stuff goes on that is very, very relatable, and I love that. And it's just like, it was a plot twist though, even in like, I think it was the first episode. And I was just really, really shocked that somebody ended up getting married to somebody, and it's not necessarily who you would think. So go ahead and check out The Best Man, the final chapters on Peacock. You will not regret it. Also, good thing, I like to binge watch my shows, and they got the first season already out. So y'all already know I'm going to go ahead and binge watch that thing. Each episode is about 50 minutes. So you got a good, about hour episode for each one. So go ahead and check it out and watch that. I'm really running through this really, really fast, and I really don't like that. However, we're going to keep it going. So, ask Misha. I need you guys to send in your questions, okay? I need you guys to send in your questions so that I can answer them on Ask Misha. I need you guys to ask for advice. If you want to know something about me, let me know. Just anything. Don't forget to send in your questions on Instagram at _ in our lane. And okay, so stay in your lane. Promote your business and sponsor the podcast. So what I want to do is start having like product placement, or like maybe I can wear your clothing, or like I could possibly, do like a commercial and incorporate it within the episode, or whatever the case may be. You can just DM me also, and we could talk about that. It just depends on what it is that you are working on and what you have for your business. And we could definitely make something work. So that's something that I'm working on for the top of the year, is to have sponsors for the podcast, because the goal is to get the podcast to pretty much pay for itself. Boy, I'm blind. I don't know. Why are you sitting up here trying to show me something? Who? No, I had ate some Jamaican food before I got here. Yeah, be safe. What's up? Huh? The chair? Yeah. Oh, okay. Hmm? Really? I don't look fat. Because like this gonna be added on to the end, but like I've never been this big in my life. You gotta understand. I used to be like this. I know, but you gotta understand. Like it's just, this is new to me. Okay, then like I was a little skinny little thing. I'm still small, but like I ain't never been like this. Is it exactly? But it's just like when I sit certain ways, or like I turn a certain way, I just be like, ooh, that's not cute. But that's because I need to work out. I don't be working out like I'm supposed to be working out. Yeah, that's what I feel like. If I was working out, then I'll know like it's doing what it's supposed to do. But yeah, so this gonna be a short episode today. I'm just really like running through this, but this is the top of the year, y'all. I am so excited for 2023. 2023 is going to be, everybody say this going to be my year, this going to be my year. But I promise y'all, like, I don't know. I just feel a little different. I feel good energy. I feel positive vibes. I feel like this podcast is really going to take me to the next level when it comes down to being a producer and a director and all that good stuff. I feel like I'm going to have great guests for 2023. I feel like I'm going to have, I don't know, I just feel like we just going to have so much fun. I'm going to try my best to, turn this experience into something that I haven't done before. So I'm just gonna keep working on, coming up with these good topics, having good conversations. I really like having the podcast when I have guests. That's like my favorite episodes is when I have people to talk to, because it's just easier for me to bounce off other people and just have a conversation versus like me sitting here and just talking to the camera. But yeah, I just feel like episodes like this is just I just be throwing out ideas and just be saying shit. So I'm trying to work on that. But yeah, like I said, if you want to promote your business on my podcast, hit me up and let me know, because 2023 I really want to have sponsors for the podcast. And this is called In Our Lane because I'm talking about us in our lane doing our thing and thriving and accomplishing our goals. So if you want to be on my podcast, if you want to promote your business on my podcast, let me know and we could definitely get that done. But yeah, so that's a wrap for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Oh, last thing, we are now on Amazon Music. So if you listen on if you listen to podcasts or music on Amazon Music, you can definitely go ahead and subscribe to the podcast on Amazon Music. So thank you guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.